Hey everyone, I'm Alex Cohen, and I'm addicted to reward programs. They're amazing, right? Who doesn't love earning free stuff? Things like free flights, free hotel stays, car rentals, electronics, and gift cards. And with hundreds of credit cards available, it's never been easier to turn these rewards into amazing experiences. And that's how I got hooked. When I was 18, I opened up my first card through Bank of America, which gave me cash back on gas and groceries. And as a college student, this was amazing. A couple years later, working for Chase, I decided to become a part of an airline program. Fast forward, and now I'm part of Delta, and most recently, the Citi Thank You Premier program. But it's a problem, because all these credit cards come with their own reward programs, which all offer thousands of ways for me to earn and redeem my rewards. And it's no longer just limited to the banks. Big box retailers, gas stations, online retailers, merchants, they all offer these reward programs now that are just as complex. Hell, if you like NASCAR, there's a credit card for you as well. And they sound great at first, until you go to turn these rewards into travel and you realize that there's blackout dates or that your points expired or that seat is not available. And the credit card companies set this up in a way that makes it hard for us to redeem our points, because when these points go unused or they expire, they make hundreds of millions of dollars. In fact, just in the US alone, it's estimated that $20.3 billion worth of rewards goes missed every single year. And we don't think this is fair. That's why we built Birch. If we could switch to the demo, I'd love to show you all how it works. So today we're going to talk about one of our early adopters, Jen, and we'll take you into her account. She signed up just a couple of months ago. She's from the same small town in Florida that we are, and she's been using the same 2 credit cards for the last few years. She has no idea how her reward programs work. She has no idea if she's using the right cards for the right purchases, but she read a news article that told her that she could turn her rewards into flights, and she's curious, so she signs up with us. We categorize all of her transactions based on where she spent and how she spent, and she can see her trends over time. But if you look below the pie chart, we look at every single transaction that she made over the last year, and we color code it based on whether or not she put it on the wrong credit card and lost out on rewards. So if you can see her recent Lowe's transaction, she put it on her Citi Thank You card, but if she would have put it on her Delta card, she actually would have got $1 more worth of rewards. And this might not seem like a lot for one purchase, but when you think of all the thousands of purchases that we make every single year, this adds up, and it becomes hundreds of dollars, and that could be flights or hotels. And so she tells us what she wants to earn. So she's been wanting to take a trip out to LA for a while. And so she came into the app and she said that her and her husband are looking to go in November. They want to take a flight from Gainesville all the way out to LA. And in real time, we crunched the numbers and we figured out how much it would be in rewards for flights, hotels. And we showed her right there. It's almost 100,000 points, and she only has 45,000 in her Delta account because we sync into that as well. And so as an early adopter, she was able to get the access to this first. And we looked at her past purchases, and we were able to predict when we think she'll have enough points to actually take this travel. So by November, she should have enough points to actually go out to LA and book this travel, and we'll keep her updated along the way and let her know when she's ready to book this travel. Now, she may in fact just be using the wrong cards in general, and we can help her with that as well. We actually started as a credit card recommendation tool and then built all these things on top of it. But we take all of the purchases she made over the last year and run them against over 100 different reward-based credit cards, and we can calculate what she would have earned had she been using the top cards for her spending. We look at categories and all the thousands of retailers that she shopped at, and you can see if she was using this Chase Freedom card instead of her cards over the last year, she actually would have earned 72% more rewards, and that's 9 nights out in LA. That would have paid for her entire trip in and of itself. And not to get sad and look back and say, oh crap, I missed rewards, she can now apply for this card, and then going forward, she doesn't have to change the way she shops or where she spends, and she'll earn more rewards for her spending. And she no longer has to go and read through blogs or listen to experts and read all the crap online that has mixed reviews on all these cards. We just use data to show her which one is right for her. If we could switch back to the slides, please. So Birch is 100% free. We make our money through credit card affiliate fees, personalized in-app deals, and later this year, we're building an entire booking platform where she can use both her rewards and her dollars to book all the travel she wants. We launched today here at TechCrunch, and we're excited for all you guys to try it out, sign up, and let us know what you think. Thank you.
All right, judges, what do you think?
So given that you've launched today, how do you think about acquiring customers?
Yeah, so we've taken a very travel-based approach with our marketing. So one of the things that we realize is our age demographic, 18 to 35-year-olds, don't care enough about their spending or don't spend enough to care about traditional personal finance tools, but they love travel, they love experiences, they love having these aspirations. And so we're targeting our marketing very much on that. We're launching a couple of travel videos in a couple of weeks, and then building off of that.
My understanding is that Credit Karma, which solves an urgent pain point, still spends a lot of money on acquisition. It seems like it's a very competitive space where every customer is really expensive. Do you guys have either hacks that you can get cheaper on that, or are you just willing to spend the money?
Yeah, I think the benefit for us is that because we include all this travel and this booking, we can go after the travel blogs who write about all their experiences, go after the point hacker people who have these large following bases, and we don't have to just buy AdWords of when you search for secured credit cards or best credit cards. We also don't write content that says 5 best credit cards of 2016. We write content that says here's how you need to book your travel using rewards to get 30% more out of your booking. So that's the approach that we're taking to not have to compete with those guys.
And do you feel that you have an adversarial or a cooperative relationship with the merchants, the underlying merchants?
Yeah, we get that question a lot. Are the banks gonna, try to fight us on it, or are the reward programs gonna fight us? And for us, the way that we look at it is that they might at first, but we're creating a sticky and engaging customer for them. We're teaching them how to, trust their banks again, or trust these reward programs, because the first time you have an experience where you go to Delta.com or American Airlines and you try to book, and then they basically give you the finger, it sucks. And so we're hoping to, fix that pain point, and we think they'll hop on board with it.
What do you see as your competitive advantage against others in this space? Like, for example, a platform like Mint that offers this type of a tool, like in the context of their wider tools, et cetera?
They're all very fragmented. So some people work on just the personal finance aspect. Some people will do the reward aspect of it. No one really does the full end-to-end. And it seems logical from the point that you swipe a card and earn rewards to when you actually want to go and redeem them. And so Mint only does personal finance. The credit cards they recommend are the ones they get paid for. They don't have an unbiased solution. And then there's sites like NerdWallet that are fantastic at writing content, but they only recommend the cards. They don't actually do any of the personal finance side of it or any of the rewards.
But would you recommend a card you weren't getting paid for either?
Yeah, we would. Mm-hmm.
So one of the benefits of our platform to solve that and for the consumer side is it's completely data-driven. So we have large data sets that we gather both manually and automated and use that data to form these calculations and present the cards. It's completely unbiased, and we use that as a main selling feature.
So if any of these banks or card providers decided that they didn't like you, could they potentially cut you off from some of that data?
It's all public data, right? At the end of the day, you can go on any site and see what all the rewards are, see what the points are. So it's not illegal in any sense, or they may frown upon it because we're exposing, we're opening up transparency into the industry. But they couldn't tell us a flat-out no. Unless we were getting paid by them, then they can say no on that sense, but we aren't right now. So
I've heard some people who think about this space say that you should be using, let's for example say Chase Sapphire when you're on your business versus your Amex when you're personal, because you can expense your business and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. Can you guys think about the real-time, at point of transaction stuff that you can push to the consumer as a way to maybe get the behavior change going?
We're building it currently. So the mobile app that we're going to be launching in a few months will have real-time notifications based on where you're shopping, and it'll say, hey, you're at Target, use this card in your wallet. It'll have the real-time dashboards, and then eventually we'd like to integrate with Google Wallet, Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, and be able to recommend at point of sale and make the purchase at the same time.
And you said that at the end of the year you're going to build a full travel booking platform. Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. So currently, let's say you have Delta points and you want to redeem them, you have to go to Delta.com and go through their process to redeem your rewards. But what if you have Delta, JetBlue, Southwest, Hilton, and a bunch of other ones? You have to go to all their sites individually. We want to consolidate it all into one space. And if you don't have enough rewards, you can also use dollars as well to pay for it.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Yeah, I feel like a point is not a point with a lot of these networks. So I could say, I want to go to Europe. It's going to cost me 25,000 points in some cards, and a different time of year it's 60,000. How do you deal with the sort of fungibility of the currency that all these folks use, and making that clear to me as a user.
So that goes back to our big data concept, is that we treat everything, and go back to US currency. When you earn points, all of those points have a value, and that value is personalized to you. We know where you are, what you shop, what you like to do, and we use those things to use this data and calculate those valuations down to, oh, I know that you live in New York, so when you fly out, your point values are going to be based on flying out of JFK or LaGuardia versus Miami.
I'm not sure if you saw the transactions page, but we actually, if we show you Mr. Reward, like you missed 10 points, we convert that to a dollar amount, and it's all based on your preferences as well, and where you fly, where you stay, things like that.
Have you thought about integrating with the travel marketplaces like an Expedia or a Kayak and so forth?
In what sense?
Just partnering with them, because my understanding is that they don't have a dog in the fight as it relates to the flights. They just want the cheapest one for the consumer, and so
Yeah.
you guys are aligned there.
Yeah, in terms of booking with dollars, sure. We would more target like a points.com and create a marketplace where if you don't have enough points, like you have some on Delta, but not enough on JetBlue, then you could trade points and then use those. So.
All right, give it up one more time for Birch.